1 audiobook in the world right now, and that's because of you. This is the #1 book in self-help, in management leadership, in business leadership, in all of these categories all over Amazon because of you. And this is in the top 20 hardcover books on all of Amazon because of you. And so I want to thank you for not only believing in me, but investing in yourself. And the final thing I want to thank you for, and then I've got a surprise guest who's going to join us before we jump into reading. The final thing I want to thank you for is your reviews, your comments, your DMs, your emails, your deeply personal stories, and sharing the revelations, the insights, the breakthroughs that you're having after reading this book. They have brought me to tears. Thank you for sharing what you're getting out of the High Five Habit. And that goes to those of you who have not bought the book yet and who are practicing the High Five Habit, and sharing and talking about online the almost immediate change that you feel when you start high-fiving the most important person in your life, and that's you. One of the things that I think you're starting to understand about me is that I really want to serve and I really want to make an impact in your life. And so whether you buy the book or not, that's not the point. I really want you to have the book. I want you to get a copy of the book if you can. But even if you can't right now, we got you covered. And by we, I mean me and a friend of mine by the name of Brendon Burchard, who is a New York Times bestselling author. He is one of the most successful motivational speakers and businessmen in the world. He is just as committed to making a difference in your life as I am. And he and I have joined forces and created something for free called the High Five Challenge. The High Five Challenge kicks off on Monday. If you are not in it yet, go to highfivechallenge.com and get in it. Brendon, among a bazillion other things, is the founder of the #1 personal development app in the world. And when you sign up for free for the High Five Challenge, you will get access for free to this extraordinary app called Growth Day. That's what's powering the challenge. And so I wanted to talk about the challenge. I wanted to talk about what's already happening. We've got 38,000 people that have already registered for the free High Five Challenge. And we're going to bring Brendon Burchard on right now. Here goes the And thank you, everybody. I know that it is on Audible. That's where you buy the audiobook, but you can buy the book anywhere books are sold. Brendon!
Mel!
How are you?
Up? Hi, everybody. High five.
High five, babe. High five.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out, everybody. I got it.
You got it. You got it all the way in Puerto Rico. You got it.
I'm so thrilled. Yeah, look at this today. Here, hold on. There we go, people.
Oh, come on, rub it in.
A little bit of gray out there, but I'm so excited. Hi, everybody. It's Brendon. Hi, Mel.
Hi, Brendon. How are you?
I'm so thrilled to be here. And oh my gosh, I know everyone is already talking so much about the High Five Challenge. They're so thrilled by it and so excited to start it. But also, you know what I'm seeing is
Tell me.
All these selfies all across social media in the High Five Challenge, in Growth Day, from people literally around the world who have found this moment where they realize it's time to develop new habits to encourage themselves.
Yes.
That yes. I think a lot of us, and why I'm inspired by you, Mel, is this last 2 years, a lot of people realize they didn't really have the skill set to encourage themselves and get themselves out of the self-doubt and get themselves out of the uncertainty so that they could just keep going with a positive mindset or get things done during the day or acknowledge and feel themselves in a time when everyone was like literally and physically shut down. Yeah. I'm seeing people come back to life with the High Five Challenge. Oh. So it's so awesome. It's so awesome.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is it. It's about reigniting something. And that's your word. I know you did that famous course that you did for Oprah. And you got a cool project coming up about that. But that is what it's about. Yeah. It is about, it's like, I literally feel like I'm seeing the light turn back on inside of people.
Yes. And they need it at a time when you could imagine I guess you couldn't imagine how difficult it is. I mean, I love the back of your book here. It's time for you to believe in yourself again. And that would sound so trite to some people who haven't done personal development work for a while. That would sound silly. But when you put it in the context of how difficult this time has been, where there's been so much loss of our normal way of life, where there's been this huge increase of judgment and negativity online, that just this moment for all of us to celebrate, to share, to come together, to cheer each other on, but know how to talk to ourselves in the mirror and know how to take back control of the dialogue that's up here so that we can feel our heart, so that we can be better role models. The timing of this, I feel like it's divine. I won't kidding. I feel like it's a very divine time.
1000% agree with you. And you just made me think of something. One of the things that I wrote about when I was kind of writing this book and writing through like a crazy challenging year that we've all just had, is that I realized, Brendon, how much I was kind of either regulating or coping or managing negativity and stress by running errands, or zipping from here, or going to there, or going to grab a cup of coffee, or running to Target or Walmart, or going grocery shopping, that I was darting around in my life, and the busyness contributed to the fact that I had never slowed down long enough to really look myself in the mirror and start asking myself, for real, what do I need from myself? Like, what kind of support do I need? I was busy, like, out running around supporting everybody else. And so one of the big gifts for me of such a challenging year and not being able to leave the house even at times was that I couldn't rely on bumping into somebody else. I couldn't rely on that energy and that buzz that you feel when you go to an exercise class or you go run to the grocery store and bump into somebody. It was all up to each and every one of us to deal with the energy and the negativity and the self-doubt and the uncertainty on our own. And so I agree with you. I do think that if this book had come out 5 years ago, it would not be resonating around the world with people who haven't even read the book. They're just hearing conversations like this about the power of looking at yourself in the mirror and giving yourself this high five. Yeah. And I do believe it's divine. And one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you today is you and I have teamed up and created this extraordinary thing that I've been talking about, and so have you, on social media, called the Highfivechallenge. And what do we have, 38,000 people in it already?
Yeah, last I looked, it was 30. It was coming out on 37, and that was like 2 hours ago, though. And it seems like every hour, like 1,000, 2,000 people are joining from all over the world. I think 70 plus countries already. And so
70
in 48 hours.
Countries?
In 48 hours. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just like astounding. Here, I'll type in the thing for you guys if you don't have it already. You just go to highfivechallenge.com. And it's a free link. And so you guys can all go in there. If you're on my thing, I think you should be able to see it. And what's powerful about it is Mel did this training and we put it in Growth Day. So you can watch the training for free when you go to her link, highfivechallenge.com. And what happens is underneath her videos, we've installed a journal component. So you can journal and save it. We've installed a goal setting component. So you can set your goals, set your dates, set your accountability, and save it, so that you can share with the community your high five selfies, but also share and teach the community, how are you dealing with these times? And I think that's what's going to be the real magic is Mel is cueing you to do your personal development work. And that's what I believe with the High Five Challenge, is what I believe with Growth Day, is that we have to make self-improvement a way of life. But for the first time, we have to start sharing that journey with people. So many people, their self-improvement is all by themselves and they feel awkward and weird about it. And I want to let you know, I'm a complete geek about it. So for all the self-helpers out there, I love you. I'm the same. If you probably have 10 books or 3 books or 2 books from Mel, I've got them too. I give them out to everybody. And it used to be you do personal development alone, but now you share that social learning with each other. And through social learning in the Growth Day app, we all learn together better. And what I'm seeing with this excitement about it, Mel, is one, just everybody loves you. And two, everybody needed this bolt
Oh my God,
of
did we ever?
encouragement right now, way more than I even anticipated when we agreed to do this, months and months ago, because I think that everyone is acutely aware of how down they got on themselves at some point in the last 2 years. And I love how you make it so tangible. You're like, hey, sometimes you look in the mirror and you say, I'm fat. I hate my clothes. I hate myself. Or, what's wrong with me? Or I'm not good enough. Or, you know what, everyone else is doing this, but I suck. And people's self-talk, they often diminish. They don't realize how those little snippets of self-criticism can derail their whole day.
Oh, and you know what else I've started to realize now that the book is out and the comments are flying and the emails are coming in and the reviews are just so profound, is that it's not even like the snippet. It's that this is so much a soundtrack for people that you're not even
Yes.
aware of how negative you are. And you're also very casual about it. You said that word the other day, casual, about the way that you kind of beat yourself up or knock yourself down. And, I want to ask you a question because I see this comment from Tracy Loves 1990. I'm really scared to immerse myself in this project, the High Five Challenge. Everyone seems so healthy and happy. Can we do this with low self-esteem? Could you address that, Brendon, and then I will?
Yeah. Well, if you have low self-esteem, that's exactly why you need to engage in personal development. Because by reading personal development books, listening to mentors and teachers, what is happening is you are literally grooving new neural pathways into your brain that are healthier, that are more helpful, and that allow you, like literally allow you to have a greater strength in those times than when you have self-doubt or you're unsure. Because see, what you're doing right now is either you're training yourself to be more aware, more motivated, more empowered every day, or you're not. And
Right.
either way, you're training yourself, and we want you to train yourself for your best future. And so the way to engage that is right when you need it the most. And everyone needs it most right now. And I don't want anyone to think that everybody, including myself, is 100% always confident or
I'm
always
actually
focused.
rubbing balm on my shoulders. They're so tense right now. Literally putting balm on my shoulders.
It's like this myth that everyone is calm, cool, collected, motivated, driven, and focused and ambitious 24/7. And that's not the truth. Most people have self-doubt throughout the day, but one reason you listen to personal development is you learn that self-doubt we all have, but self-doubt is just a signal. And self-doubt is a signal to learn more about yourself. It's a signal to gain more skills. It's a signal to speak to yourself and encourage yourself in a different way. It's not a signal to stop, to get discouraged, or to retreat in the world. And I've only found by studying personal development now for literally 25 years, I've never, ever, ever realized at any moment, I'm complete, I'm perfect, I got it all handled. Like self-improvement is a way of life. You're always trying to improve. You're always trying to put good new messages, install goodness between the ears so that you're more resilient when the times really matter.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say is, um, what I love about the question is I can tell. And for those of you just joining, the question we got was, everybody in the High Five Challenge seems like they're happy and healthy and positive. If I have low self-esteem, I'm actually kind of nervous to do this. Is this for me? I can tell in the question that you want to do it. And
Yes.
so one of the reasons why Brendon and I created this, and we did create it together. I mean, I flew out to California. Brendon and I spent 2 days together. We worked on all 5 days. We worked on what parts of the app you would use. We worked on the things we wanted the community to do because we wanted to support you and hold your hand step by step in the decision to reclaim your life and the decision to flip the switch back on and let some optimism back in. We wanted to equip you with tools. We wanted to equip you with coaching. And we wanted to hold your hand over a 5-day period where we're going to be the spectators on the side, high-fiving you. We're going to be running alongside of you in this challenge, because I think that everybody does feel really isolated and disconnected. And so we came up with this idea of the free High Five Challenge powered by Growth Day, the app that Brendon has been building for 2 years, that have literally just launched. Brendon has made it possible for all of us to use the app for free. I'm getting a lot of questions. Wait, Growth Day says you've got to have money to download it. You can do the challenge without having to pay for the app. You're getting free access, thanks to Brendon and his team, to be able to experience this challenge and experience life-changing tools like journaling, like being able to be in the comments section and upload photos and short videos and share your story with 38,000 people from 70 countries who are literally also trying to lift their own esteem up. And the first step in starting to have a breakthrough in your self-esteem is to make the decision to register for highfivechallenge.com, because the second you click on that link, highfivechallenge.com, and you put your first name and your email address and you create a little password and you log in, because we got a spot for you. We're holding a spot for you. You are placing a bet on yourself. You are
I love
saying,
that.
I am going to, despite the fact that I've been beaten down, despite the fact that I feel really low, despite the fact that I just struggle with self-worth, by registering for the High Five Challenge, you are taking a step in a new direction. And the cool thing is, exactly, my self-esteem is in the tank, but at least I'm willing to try. Terry Hill,
Yes.
4138, I see you. Absolutely, that's right. And, this is just 5 days. How about you spend 5 days with me and Brendon and a bunch of surprising guest lecturers that are going to pop into this thing and give you a little boost? How about you find a high five crew? How about you take a step toward what you want instead of merely surviving where you are?
It's so key. It's so key. And listen, I think people always expect like a complete turnaround in their lives. And I say, you know what? That turnaround begins somewhere. That I believe transformation takes time, but at some point the turnaround begins, and it begins with a decision to support yourself, to speak better of yourself, to invest in yourself, to give yourself the time to reflect, and to use the tools that help you do that. I know lots of people, if you guys are journalers, would you know down here, just like raise your hand or let us know that you
Yeah,
journal.
give us some hearts. Journal. Do you love to
I'm
journal?
somebody who I've journaled for like 20 years. And you know what? Everyone's always like, how do you journal? And honestly, it's always been hard. I have to, staring at the blank page is scary. What I like what you've done in the High Five Challenge, what we do in Growth Days, we give you prompts. We're like, hey, here's what to write about today. This is, if you're a regular Growth Day member, you just click a prompt and you can get all these sentence completion activities that start the process of personal development for you. It's that usually people don't know when they sit by themselves or they stare at a blank page, they don't know what to do. But the High Five Challenge is going to prompt you. So for those who've ever tried personal development before and you're like, ugh, didn't do anything, give this a try. No one has ever created a challenge like this ever before. It's never been done, where
I
all
have
the
a
tools
question
are
for you,
integrated.
Brenda. Let me ask you something because I'm seeing questions. So guys, why don't you put into the comments any questions you have about the High Five Challenge? I'm going to ask one right now because this is a tech
Good.
question. Do
Yes.
we have to download Growth Day to be in the challenge? Do I have to download the Growth Day app, which is available in Android and on Apple phones? But do they have to download it to participate in
No.
the app, Brendan?
All you need is the internet. All you need is the internet, and there's no download required. And you can do it on desktop. You can do it on your phone. You can do it with the app if you want to download it from the app stores, either Android or Apple app stores. But I think most people probably just do it on the internet, on their desktop. And because I know that they like to kind of watch the videos there, they like to type, and it's easier to journal if they want to do that there. They like to see everyone else's pictures in a bigger view. But you can do it anywhere in the world, and you don't have to have the downloaded app from any app store. You can just do it by going to highfivechallenge.com. You can literally do it on your phone right now if you guys are watching this on your phone. Just go to highfivechallenge.com, and when you go there, you'll sign up, and you're actually in the product. And what's cool is we really innovated how to do that so that people didn't have to download it on a specific phone. Because I think all of us went through something in the last couple of years where it was only on iPhone or only on Android, and it made everyone
Oh,
angry.
so
So
annoying.
yeah, we cracked that code with Mel's inspiration. She's like, you have to figure this out. I'm like, we will figure this out. Carol's
They
asking what
literally
time of the
created this,
day.
you guys, for this. He created all this functionality for this challenge. I went to Brendon. This is what an amazing human he is. I said, dude, we got to do something together. We got to do something free. We got to take your app and we got to make it accessible to people so they don't have to do a trial. They can just experience it. People need this right now. And Brendon was like, you're right. We're on it. And so this has never been done before. Anything else that you've tried, like there's some barrier to getting in, it doesn't work on your phone. You could do the internet. You can download the app Growth Day. You get access to all this for 5 days. So let's walk you through what's happening, because I also see people asking, so what's going to happen? So first of all, it's already going on. It's a party in there. We got 38,000 people from 70 countries. They're uploading photos. They're writing comments. They're talking about the breakthroughs. They're already partying in there. We're not even in there starting
We haven't
the
even
challenge.
started. We
But
haven't even
this sucker
started.
has,
And that's what's cool. You have literally, you got to get signed up today. If you haven't already, go to highfivechallenge.com, because when we start, which is October 4th, which is Monday, here's what's cool. People have been asking, I saw Carol ask, how does it work and what time does it start? What I decided with this, and Mel and I decided with this, was, I don't know if you've been part of challenges in the last year, but you have to be there live at this exact hour, otherwise it's gone. Well, guess what? We got people from 70 countries around the world and time zones around the world, and people have jobs and kids, and they can't make that hour, and then they're upset. So what we did is it's unlocked for the entire day. So on Monday, when it's unlocked, you have that full 24 hours to be able to access it and watch your video, do all the journaling. It's all there. Day 2 unlocks, and what we did is we left day 1 still unlocked for you. So you can go back and watch that challenge and still participate in quote unquote real time. It's really cool, because I don't know about you all, but I go crazy when someone says I only have an hour to be there, and I got to change my schedule. You have the full days. That's why you want to sign up at highfivechallenge.com, because that's the only place where you can go and have it unlocked as you proceed through each of the 5 days. For the full 24 hours, you get to watch it and participate from October 4th through the 8th. And when you register there, the nice thing is you'll give us your email. We will email you to say, hey, it's up, go. And you have the whole 24 hours to go and do it, which is nice, instead of just 1 hour live.
That's amazing. So I also see people, do I need to purchase the High Five Habit to do the challenge? No, you don't. No, you don't. I wanted to make sure, and so did Brendon, that a book was not the price of entry. I wanted to make sure, and so did Brendon and the folks at Growth Day, that we were doing something for everybody. Because I know a lot of you either can't afford a book, or you're in a part of the world where you can't actually get the High Five Habit yet. And so we wanted to make sure that whether you had the book, whether you didn't have the book, whether you're just started high-fiving yourself because you're watching the videos and hearing the podcast, that you had an experience where somebody was going to take care of you and help you implement this at a deeper level in your life. So the other thing that's really cool is this is not exactly self-directed, because the team at Growth Day is going to be emailing you every day. You're going to get an email telling you day 1's unlocked. Let's go. You're going to get
and we're going to send your screenshots of, like, a lot of you, when you go in there, you can post your high five selfie in there, and we're going to send that out to the community. We're going to encourage it. Mel and I will both be sharing those things on our Instagram pages, which reaches over 2 million people there, on our Facebook pages, which reaches another 6-7 million people there. So we'll be sharing a lot of the selfies, a lot of the excitement as we go along. We'll have some surprise guests coming in there. It's going to be a challenge like nothing you've ever seen before, and we're excited about it. And I'm seeing people here from Ireland, from Canada, from Saigon. I saw some people here just a minute ago from Australia. What's up, guys? I see people just a second ago. It was just like, people are really excited from around the world. And I want to come back to that person's question about, okay, I have low self-esteem, everyone else is excited. You know what they're excited about? They're excited to change. Doesn't matter where they're in life. It's like the excitement is, I want to change. I want to figure out new habits to live a more abundant life, new habits to live a more intentional life, new habits to live a more positive life. The excitement is for the change. And I recognize that. And our job is to take that excitement and turn it into empowerment, to give you the tools and the coaching and the community that will take that energy and make it stick. How do we make self-help and self-improvement stick? Well, that's why we developed the app. That's why Mel and I partnered up. That's why once you register for this, it's unlocked for you. You'll ultimately be able to take it again. And that's powerful. So you can go multiple times. You can really learn these strategies that even go beyond the book. I do recommend everyone get the book. You don't have to have read the book to go through the challenge, but it's so good. And I think if you read the book, you're going to come in a little bit more empowered, even more positive. I'm a book guy. You guys all know.
I am too. You got to underline it. You're going to, I see all these reviews, Brendon, of people like, I plowed through this thing in like 48 hours and now I'm going back because I want to study and there's something on every page. And it's true. You do want this. Get the book, but you don't even need to have it in your hands as the challenge starts. I know, look at all these amazing people in there. Look
at this. If you guys haven't got, when you get the book, my favorite part is you open it up and she has all these selfies of you guys giving yourselves high fives in the mirror. And I want to address something too, because I see this question all the time. It's not just about high-fiving yourself in the mirror. It's over a dozen other habits that are so practical and tactical. But I always say a lot of personal development is about the nuance. It's everyone knows you should stand in front of the mirror and say good things to yourself, but there's a science behind that. And there's a science behind how Mel has really thought through setting up these habits that you can do in the morning, you can do in the afternoon, you can do when you're discouraged, you can do right before an Instagram live, which I did. I said, I got to practice. I got to get myself fired up for Mel Robbins. I went right to the mirror and did a high five to myself and said, let's do this. So I think
now
it's
you're a positive person. So
thing.
What did you feel? You're already a very like in touch self-aware person. Did you feel a shift adding the high five?
Yes.
And what did you feel?
You know what? Everybody with me in 3 seconds, we're going to high five Mel. Okay. In 3 seconds, we're just going to do it. Okay. In 3 seconds, we're going to high five Mel. Ready? 3,
I'm gonna feel it.
2, 1. Okay, when you high five someone, it's like this. You've done this before to your friends, to your team, to your family. When Mel came out and she filmed, she was talking about it, and I said, I think I'm a very different person. And she said, what? I said, well, some of you guys know I'm not a super famous morning person. So I said, I'm not one of those people. I said, Mel, what I have to do, I'm from Montana. I gotta get that thing chugging. I'm more like a I got to rev myself up. I got to hit myself about 7 times before I'm good to go. And I think what's beautiful about it is every time you do it, it brings back that association of high-fiving your teammates, high-fiving your friends, high-fiving at the sporting event. It brings back that association of those times when someone finally acknowledged you. But the beautiful thing now is you're acknowledging yourself. You're acknowledging yourself. You're validating yourself. You're cheering yourself on. You're not hoping your team does it. You're not waiting for your boss to say, good job, kid. No, you're like, you know what? I'm going to take a moment to acknowledge myself today because most of you have never done that before. And when you acknowledge yourself day after day after day after day for 30 days, for 40 days, for a year, for 10 years, you're a different person because that part of you that Mel, I love how she talks about it, that part of you that is been unseen and unheard to yourself opens up again. We all talk about authenticity today, but most people don't know themselves. So how can you be authentic? And most people don't know themselves because they've never looked at themselves. They've never spoken to themselves intentionally. They've never felt themselves and listened to themselves. So we all want to be authentic in this social media internet world, but you can't be authentic unless at first you learn how to listen, hear, see, and validate yourself. And when you do that, yourself comes alive. Yourself feels supported. Yourself knows who it is. And now it can shine because it has been validated. But you got to stand in front of that mirror and sometimes you got to rev yourself up a little bit.
Totally.
And do the work.
Totally. You know, for those of you just joining us, welcome in. I'm Mel Robbins. This is my dear friend, Brendon Burchard. And we right now are teaming up on something called the Highfivechallenge. It kicks off Monday. There's 38,000 people from 70 countries already registered. It's free. It lasts for 5 days. It is a very fun, energizing, science-backed, and simple transformational 5-day experience that's free, that we designed for you using science, that is going to empower you to break through self-doubt and to take control of your life in small but profound ways. And every single day, it's very simple. You get an email that's very energizing, exciting, and you get the link and you go right, or you can log into the platform. The platform is Growth Day. So you can download the Growth Day app, you can register for the Growth Day app, or you can just go right to highfivechallenge.com, the number 5, highfivechallenge.com. We're going to get that URL pinned. I can't figure out how to do it, but I'll do that later. And you can do it just if you get internet access. You need a first name and email address and to create a login. That's it. And then the rest of it, we got you. You really don't have to do anything else. You're going to get an email. On Monday, we're going to kick this off. You might want to get in there today, though, because people are already posting photos and comments and cheering each other on.
It's so cool.
Absolutely incredible. It's exactly what you need right now. You need a hype squad. You need other people that are lifting themselves up, not in a phony way, but in a deep, authentic, I'm going to shake off these last 18 months and I'm going to start moving in the direction that I know I need to move in.
I just saw Love Bears All. She just posted and she said, I'm finally coming out of my shell.
Awesome.
I love that metaphor. I think collectively we've got to come out of our shells. I think collectively we have to look within and say, what do I want my life to be about now?
Yes. Yes.
Who am I now in this new world? Who am I now based on what I've been through, all your struggles that now can turn into strengths to serve others?
Totally.
All those years or times of discouragement that you can now activate into encouragement for yourself and for others.
Totally.
All that uncertainty that felt like it was just going to eat you alive. But now you said, you know what? I'm going to direct my own emotions and my feelings and my own attention so that I can start experiencing the world in a better way. And I want to share this, Mel, because I looked across one time. We had 2 million students who've taken my online courses. And I looked across everybody who's been through our stuff. We did this huge analysis, real fancy data stuff of everyone who's commented on our things. And you know what I've learned, what people really want? After they have basic security, what everyone wants more than anything else is to feel the day again.
Feel the what again?
To feel the day again. To feel a sense of aliveness.
What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means aliveness. It means vibrancy in the day. It means I want to feel life again. I want to feel myself in that. I want to feel presence. I want to feel vibrancy. I want to feel aliveness. I want to feel consciousness. I don't want to go through the motions anymore, numbed out, dumbed out, disconnected, disassociated. I want to be present, alive, alert. I want to feel the goodness of life. I want to feel the gratitude, the joys, the blessings, the divine. It's about being connected to ourselves, to the moment, to the world. And that sense, I just summarized like feeling the day, feeling ourselves, feeling presence. And we can learn to do that by taking these moments throughout the day that are like a high five habit. We can feel that when we do what you do. Will you teach them real fast? I just love it how you teach the hand on the heart, the high five heart.
Yeah.
Because I think that if you could, let's drop them into that. Because when you feel that, you're like, oh, I got it. I understand what they're talking about.
Yeah. So the high five of your heart, this is another one of these tools that's grounded in science. You're going to put your hands in the center of your chest. And I want you to press in. And when you press in there, you're going to notice something. It feels different than putting your hand on your heart. Like press into the center of your chest, because what you're pressing is something called the vagus nerve, everybody. And the vagus nerve is a treasure. It is an on-off switch that you need to know how to use because it's magical. It runs from your seat all the way through every major organ, through your vocal cords, through the top of your head. And it is the secret to flipping yourself from a stressed out, on edge, anxiety-ridden, dysregulated, another shoe's about to drop, I can't handle this anymore, what's called sympathetic nervous system. That's your fight or flight, which everybody in the world right now is living in a stressed out, on edge, frazzled nervous system. I'm going to teach you literally for free right now. Put your hands in the center of your chest, push in. We're going to flip that nervous system off, and we're going to flip into your calm, grounded, cool, regulated nervous system. It's called your parasympathetic nervous system. Here's how you do it. So you're going to press in, and we're going to take a deep breath together and then blow out. Then you're going to say these sentences after I say them. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
I'm loved.
I'm loved.
And you're going to feel something start to shift. You're going to feel yourself coming back into your body. You might need to say it again. I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm loved. But this is a simple tool, everybody, that you can use to literally, by pressing on your vagus nerve, you are soothing your weary nervous system. You're signaling to it, it's okay. We're okay now. We're safe now. You're loved. And if you can hear yourself thinking or saying those words, it's actually true in this moment. And so the combination of pressing on the vagus nerve and repeating this over and over, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm loved. What happens is you start to feel your body stop jittering and start to cool down. You start to feel yourself come into your body. And this is really important. It's important whether you feel stressed or not. And I think everybody feels stressed, but it's also important from a happiness and a fulfillment and a leadership and a productivity standpoint. Because one of the things that I learned, really interesting things in researching for more than a year, the high five habit and the attitude and mindset of optimism and resilience and faith and confidence. And this was brand new to me, Brendon. You probably know this, but this was new to me. When your nervous system is on edge, like all of our nervous systems have been on edge for the last several years.
Yes.
Your prefrontal cortex doesn't work the way it should.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feel like it's harder than ever to focus, how many of you feel like it's harder than ever for you to focus? That you feel like your ADD has gotten 1,000 times worse, that you're so forgetful, that you're mentally exhausted by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, like that's, you got no more fuel in the tank. Part of the reason why that's so is because when your nervous system is on edge, the conscious part of your brain really can't do what it needs to do. And it drains, all your fuel. And so, it makes sense, because if all of a sudden a bird flew in here and like things were going like I wouldn't be able to do a math problem.
Right.
Because my nervous system takes over.
Or like, have you ever been in a nightclub and just the bass is too dang loud and you're trying to talk with your friend, like the tenor of what you're talking to, it should, like the treble should, you're screaming at your friend 2 feet away, but the bass, that's your amygdala. That's the base of your brain. It's on high alert because you've been on high alert because all the news channels said high alert, because in a cultural moment when urgency, scarcity, disconnection, tribalism, us versus them, this side versus that side, they're evil. When you are constantly hearing about everyone's evil, these bad things are happening. Even when you're in the calmness of your room, your hippocampus remembers that feeling. And that feeling, even if you don't hear it, it is droning out the higher consciousness. It's sitting there and it's reverberating like that club, that nightclub that's so loud that even if you try to have that meaningful conversation, it's hard. And that's why you have to do like a high five habit, and you have to do the hands on the heart, and you have to calm that down, lower that bass. So now that higher level of consciousness, that higher frequency can be heard, can be felt.
Yeah, totally. One thing I keep saying, it's not high spelled out 5 challenge. It's high, the number 5. So just like this, just like high 5 and then challenge. Somebody from my team's jumping on and they're going to pin it. I don't know if you can pin it, but
I can't pin it, but I just posted in there. I just posted the free link as well
so I don't know
that I have
what's
on my
going
computer.
on, but We'll get
There you
there,
guys go.
everybody.
We'll
We'll
get you
get there.
guys. I
Yeah.
know everyone's like, give me that free link. Give me that free link. And
Yeah.
thank you. It's Medagi. I see you. I love you guys too. I
Yeah,
hope
we
this is
love
serving you
you.
because whatever way you find out to lower that base level of instinct that is driven by abandonment, urgency, scarcity, trouble, 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 alert, alert, alert. You want to develop a practice that you do that on a continual basis. For me, it's meditation. I love
I just
Mel's.
figured it out.
You got
I
it.
just figured it out. I figured it out, everybody.
Thank you, Mel.
Wow, that was
This has been
alarming.
driving her crazy.
Oh, because I see everybody asking, and I'm like, I have no idea. Now I've got to tell my team, don't worry, it's not okay. I figured it out.
You got it. We got it. We got it. High five challenge with the number 5, as in the numeric 5 around the world. High five challenge. It's high 5, which is the number 5 or numeric 5 challenge.com. And that's
And
the
now
free
it's
one.
pinned. And by the way, everybody, invite your friends, get your kids in it. It will be rated G. Get your, get your colleagues in it. This is free. And
It
one
is
of the
free.
important reasons why, like, get your whole family in this thing. The High Five Challenge, it kicks off Monday, because when the challenge is done, first of all, I promise you're going to be rocketed into the air. You're going to need a parachute to get yourself back on the ground, for crying out loud, because you're going to be feeling, you're going to be remembering who you are. You're going to have reconnected and reignited something in you. You're going to be around all these people that are going, yeah, you can. Yep, great job. You got up today. Good job. You did the high five in there. Good job. You posted a photo here in the comments. Good job. You're going to be getting nothing but positive feedback, because part of the thing that I'm on a mission to also get you to understand is you do so much right every day, and you don't even give yourself credit for it. And when you are in this mode where everything feels heavy and negative, and all you see is what's not working or the thing you didn't do, you are missing what's right in front of your face, which is all of the things you actually did do. And when you start to celebrate and acknowledge the little things, you got up, you got your teeth brushed, you high-fived yourself, you journaled today. That's 4 wins right there.
Yes.
You fed the dog. You remembered to get the kids stuff in their backpacks. You took 10 minutes for yourself to meditate. That's like 8 wins right there. You're not even giving yourself credit for how much you are doing. And
That's
when you
so true.
can flip your mind and wipe away a lot of the negativity and go, oh, wow, look at that. There's a lot more that I'm doing. When you can start to see all the little things, that adds up, and it makes you start to believe again that you can do the bigger things.
Yes. Yes. And I know everyone here too, you also know somebody who wants to do bigger things in their life, but they've gotten down on themselves so bad, and you've tried to encourage them. If that didn't work, let us be your encouragement. Let us do that. Send them this link. Let them join for free, and let us be their cheerleader for 5 days to help them get back on track. Because I don't know about you all, but we've all tried to help our family or a team member or somebody get into self-improvement. And maybe we're not equipped to do that. Now we have apps to do that, and we have Mel Robbins to do that. So,
well, let me just tell you guys, when I started high-fiving myself in April 2020, right? And it's actually starting to work. And then I post it on social media, and it starts to spread viral around the world. And then I start this little research project where I'm now talking to people that follow me and getting on the phone, and we're going back and forth in emails so I can understand what they're experiencing, and is it the same as what I'm experiencing. And then I turn to my husband, Chris, and I said, Chris, I think this is really going to help you, honey. You've been so down on yourself for a long time. You're finally like starting to talk about that you think it's depression. I think that the high five in the mirror be really good for you. Do you know what he said to me, everybody? He said, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I am not high-fiving myself. Yes, I've seen you for a month stand next to me at the same sink counter in our bathroom, and I'm watching you do it, and I'm thinking, you're dumb. She is so positive. Look at what this is. Like, my wife is out of her mind. We're in a pandemic, and she is high-fiving herself out to face the world. What is going on? And I said to him, so number one, I'm telling you guys that story because if you have family members who resist, your attempts to help them, you're not alone. This is part of the
Yes.
human design, okay? Because when somebody tries to get you to help them, it makes you immediately think they're saying there's something wrong with you. So they're going to push back.
Wow.
And the second thing is, I said to Chris, well, I think your reaction to this, the fact that you say it's stupid, is the reason why you're stuck. You think your depression and the things that you regret are so big that you are unwilling to embrace the possibility that something tiny might be the thing that cracks it all open.
Right.
And starts letting the light in and allowing you to shift. And it's that resistance to leaning into something. It's that resistance to saying, I'm so worth it and I so deserve to be happy. I'm willing to try anything.
Yes.
I'm so in it to be fulfilled and happy. Challenge, 5 days, free. Why wouldn't I sign up? High five in the mirror, you're telling me it might work? I'm going to be high-fiving myself like Brendon from Montana. I'm going to be doing it. Like,
well, people do.
But the why is the resignation. It's that decision to say, okay, well, my self-esteem's low, so I'm not even going to try. So you stop yourself before you even do the thing you're drawn to do. So I'm telling everybody, get down there and get into highfivechallenge.com and get your friends in it and send them this link, because right now is the time to take control of your life. Like, we're still in the zone where I'm like, how many of you feel like you walk in a store and you're like, am I wearing a mask? Am I not wearing a mask? Do we wear masks here? Like, what is happening in the world? Like, nobody, right. Are we going back to work? Are the kids actually in school? Like, what is happening? You have got to right now put a stake in the ground and say, I'm going to stop waiting for the world to figure it out. And I'm going to start looking in the mirror and figuring out what I need to do to make that person happy.
Yes. Yes. I love this. And about Chris, I'll come back to that too, because I saw some challenges, some comments earlier. Someone was saying, well, I tried the high five in the mirror and I didn't feel anything. And sometimes Mel talks about how sometimes that's because, A, you don't believe it yet. You're not used to encouraging yourself. So your brain's just going, I don't know. I don't feel it. B, you have to learn to be present there in that moment. But also C, you have to realize, guess what? The first time you had the piece of kale, you didn't lose 5 pounds that day either. I'm sorry, but the reality is, like, personal development, transformation, sometimes it takes time. Sometimes transformation lives on the other side of tears or terror or sadness or the difficult struggle that lasts 5 weeks and then the breakthrough happens. And I think that's what's really important. That's why we made it 5 days versus just like, hey, here's a video. We could just do the social media thing live one time. It's like, no, let's give them the tools to equip the deeper transformation. Let's do it for 5 days. Let's try to make it stick. And I really believe that we have to realize that almost everything that's positive for you must be done over and over and over and over before it even makes a dent, right? It's not your first jog that helps you feel better. It's usually actually the first time you do it, you kind of feel like your shins hurt. You realize your ankles can barely hold you up anymore. You're like, why are my knees hurting? I'm not even 60 yet. And suddenly something's happening. And I really want you to understand what's happening is the difficulty is strengthening the things that are not yet strong. And sometimes we have to strengthen that which is weak before it becomes strong. Your ankles and your shins hurt at first jogging because they're weak. They get better and better, and then they're strong, and now you're running miles. And so please realize it's a routine. That's why they call it a habit. She didn't say high five once. No, it's called the high five habit. She understands it's that recurrent pattern, that routine. It's like it gets that thing chugging along, and all of a sudden it's every day. It's getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And it adds up, and after a month, you're like, whoa, on day 1, I didn't feel anything. On day 30, let's go. That's what we're trying to help you realize with the high five habit.
Totally. And, I keep seeing a bunch of questions. How do I get my husband to do it? How do I get my wife to do it? How do I get... Look.
You do it. Start.
You do it. And how about this? You do it and then pull up the training video in the living room. And you do it. And you be more positive in your life and feel better. Because here's the coolest thing about improving the relationship with yourself. If you are happy authentically happy with who you are, whether you're where you want to be or not. You just are like, okay, I see a human being in the mirror that's trying. I'm going to support this person. I like myself because I'm trying. When you go out in your life, if somebody else doesn't like you, it will never take away from you liking yourself, because you've already built that for yourself. Same thing with positivity. If you start your day with the high five, which gives you a drip of dopamine, which gives you celebratory energy and a jolt of that through your nervous system, which erases the critic and puts the positive programming towards your reflection. If you leave the bathroom feeling positive, somebody else's negativity doesn't take away from that. So focus on yourself. I think oftentimes we spend a lot of energy trying to change everyone around us, when really the best way to change everybody around you is to change yourself and let the ripples become so annoying that they have to deal with themselves. And so
I'm always joking. I'm always like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm actually this annoying all the time. Mel knows me. I'm just like this. I can't help it. When you get into personal development, when you get happy, you want to see other people happy. When you get encouraged, now you're a better leader because now you want to encourage others.
yes.
When you're monitoring your self-talk, now you're communicating better on social media, and instead of demonstrating hate and your negativity, you're trying to wonder, how can I use these tools to uplift others? That it's people who are in a good place that spread goodness, and we want to help you get there. And if you've been in a difficult time in your life, which so many people have, that's okay. And part of this is going, oh, that's real for me right now. I'm not where I wanted to be, or I'm struggling with this thing in my life, or my relationship isn't as intimate and fun as it used to be. It's acknowledging where you're at. And what your heart says is, thank you for finally listening instead of drowning me out with, a season of Netflix or a bottle of wine or all of those things. No judgment to those things, because we all do them in some ways. But I think what's important is when you acknowledge where you're really at, your heart, your soul, your spirit. I'm someone who believes in God. So I'm like, I believe that when I listen to where I'm at in life and I acknowledge where it is, I believe that my soul says, thank you. You're with me. We're together, right? Because we all have a soul, but I also believe we all have a personality that's trying to operate into the world. And when they're aligned, because they listen to one another, now we have the opportunity to be truly authentic and truly happy. It's when we are incongruent with truth and ourselves that the suffering sets into the soul. The body goes, you're not listening. The mind goes, you're not listening. The soul goes, you're not listening. And so these simple moments, as just simple as it is, it's profound when you take a moment to hear how you're talking to yourself, and to take a moment to honor yourself and to acknowledge yourself, even if there's something true about you don't like. It's okay. I can say I don't like my weight and still honor myself and still cheer myself on. It's when I notice something about myself that I don't like, and now that becomes like a reason to drill myself. That's the reason that you get distracted. That's the reason you turn to addiction. That's the reason you turn off. That's the reason you take a nap in the afternoon. You really don't need a nap. You're really bowing out from the world for a minute because you've disassociated. And we want you back engaged and present. And that's what these habits are going to help you do.
1000%. And it's very simple. The High Five Challenge starts Monday. You sign up with a first name and an email address. You get a login. You can do it through the internet. The URL is right down there, highfivechallenge.com. You can do it by downloading the Growth Day app. Whatever works for you, because we've set this up to make it work for you. There is a coaching video that you watch that is inspiring, where I'm teaching you and going deeper into the concepts in the High Five Habit book. But that's not all that we cover. We cover even more. Then there is a journaling prompt so that you can take what you've just learned from the coaching and go even deeper. Then I'm going to tell you, get into the comments, post a selfie of yourself high-fiving, post a photo of yourself with the book if you have it, introduce yourself to the tens of thousands of people. We got 38,000 people registered from 70 countries already in this challenge. They're already in there introducing themselves. So if you're feeling down or disconnected or all this stuff, get in the app. There is a party online with your brand new High Five crew who are all in there trying to take control of their lives and turn toward what's meant for them and break through the same stuff that's holding you back. And so, you know, that's what's going to happen. And then you'll get an email recapping all the goodness and reminding you to come back tomorrow and do it all again. And it's going to be so easy. And it's so grounded in science. And you're going to feel nothing but support. And that's exactly what you need. This is what you need to get the push to start believing in yourself again and to start taking actions in a positive direction again. That's what this is about.
You deserve to feel good about yourself, about your life, and about your future. And you got to do the work to get there. And the good news is the work is a lot more straightforward than people think. You just need to have it. You know,
Yep.
I always say common sense is not always common practice. And we all know we should do personal development. We all know we should learn about ourselves. We all know we should speak to ourselves in empowering ways. But if you actually listen or observe, you notice you got some bad habits. We got to break them. We got to help you find that more empowered habit that allows you to stay focused, that allows you to do what's authentic and real for you, that allows you to feel the day again, feel life again, feel blessing again, feel God again, feel love a day. You know, it's like, it's just time for y'all. So,
Yeah.
Mel, I'm so happy you brought me on today.
Brendon, the habit thing is really important because I keep seeing you guys going, this is exactly what I need. And the High Five Challenge is what you need. The High Five Habit book is what you need. But you keep also talking about our energy and our positivity and our, you know, vitality and what Brendon and I are bringing. We are this way in life because we practice the habits we want to teach you.
Yes.
In the High Five Challenge.
Yes.
Optimism is a skill. Cultivating positive energy is a skill. Focusing on what's going right in your day is a skill. Catching yourself when you start to worry and it triggers anxiety and stopping it is a skill. Catching yourself when you start pounding yourself into the ground and stopping it and flipping your attitude into a more optimistic and nurturing and kind one. That is what we are practicing. And you can learn it too, because these are skills. This is not a personality thing, everybody. These are skills that are available to you and habits that are available to you. And that's why we're so excited about this High Five Challenge.
So true. Mel, thank you for bringing me on today. This was such a gift. Everyone, you got highfivechallenge.com to get enrolled free. Again, you can take it anywhere, online, desktop, app, or anywhere in the world on the internet at highfivechallenge.com. Get yourself signed up. We start on Monday. Mel's training is going to blow your mind. Honestly, I was sitting there and there was several times, not only did I like tear up and cry because it's just so emotional. She shares real stuff about her husband, about her daughter, about her real life, about her struggles with books and herself. But also so many times I like laughed or I almost got up and cheered because she was just bringing it. Like you can tell when a person is in spirit mode for other people in that service of just goodness. And she's so in that zone. You guys are going to love this challenge. So I'm just encouraging you to jump in. I want to thank Mel for bringing me onto her channel. I'll make sure I bring on my channel as well because she's just so awesome. And I'm happy to do anything I can to support her and this book. Please make sure you pick up the High Five Habit because I got an early copy. It's what got me into the High Five Challenge. And I'm just telling you, it's even better than you think when you do the habit. So thank you, Mel, for having me tonight.
Thank you, Brendon. I love you.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I know Mel's going to do some readings. Okay,
I'm going to do
guys.
a little bit of reading. That's right. I promised that I would read a couple pages. So we're going to do a little bit of reading. There goes Brendon. Thank you, everybody. Let's see here. I am going to read a couple pages. If you have any other questions or if there's anything I can help you with right now, just put it in the comments. And I'm just going to read a little bit because I promised to. And then we will do a bigger reading tomorrow. So we left off on page 9. And for those of you just tuning in, I'm Mel Robbins, and this is the High Five Habit. It was an instant bestseller when it debuted on Tuesday. It is the #1 self-help book on Amazon, the #1 audiobook in the world right now. It is top 20 books, hardcover on Amazon. You did that. And it's a simple, deep book that will give you revelation after revelation. And I'm reading it cover to cover for free online. I'm doing a couple pages every day. It's probably going to take me until the end of November to get through this, because I also answer questions and give you a little bit of coaching. I would love, what would I love? I am going to read a page or so today. And if you got the book, I'd love for you to share with everybody what you're getting out of it. If you can't afford the book, I wanted you to know that I got you covered here. That's why I'm going to show up every day and I'm going to read to you so you can experience the tools and the inspiration and the science and all of the impact that the High Five habit and all the tools in this book are giving to everybody. I'm reading on Instagram and Facebook, and that's why we're only going to do like literally a page or so today, because I want to make sure we get Facebook up tomorrow. And I couldn't figure it out how to do it and have Brendon on. And we're going to start with LinkedIn on Monday as well. So super, super exciting. But please share this video. It's going to be in IGTV. Please share this with people who might like this book. If you're getting value out of this, I really appreciate you sending this to people who might not be able to afford the book. I'm on a mission to spread the information in this book around the world. And so given the fact that I own the audio rights, I can do whatever I want with them. So I'm going to read online. How about that, everybody? And for those of you that are trying to find the hardcover, you can buy it anywhere books are sold. I know that a ton of the independent bookstores are already sold out. But please, please, please just find it somewhere. Get the hard copy. You're going to want it because you're going to want to highlight it, underline it, take notes, come back to it. And I think that this is one of those books that even though all of you are plowing through it, because it's such an incredible read and it's so emotional and you're going to learn so much about yourself as you read this, you're going to feel like this book was written just for you, because it was. You're going to want to come back to it. It's kind of the kind of book that you want to actually study a little bit, that you want to come back and just take a page and let it sink in. You know, that's why I wrote this book. It's time to cheer for you. Ask yourself, how do you want to feel in every aspect of your life? Don't you want a high five life, a high five marriage, a high five job? Don't you want to be a high five parent and a high five friend? Don't you yearn to be seen and acknowledged and to feel the momentum of your strength and conviction pushing you forward? Of course you do. That's what this book is about. It's about confidence and celebration of yourself. With it, you can do or be anything. It ignites a chain reaction. It helps you create forward momentum. Jump into the celebration. Forge a trusted connection with yourself. And bask in the high energy of joy. The most powerful forces in the world are encouragement, celebration, and love, and you have withheld them from yourself. You're not the only one. We all do it. Maybe you struggle to love yourself, or you can't change no matter how hard you try. Or maybe you're kicking ass and you're taking names, but you can't truly enjoy life because you focus on what's wrong, not what's going right. Maybe your past is littered with horrible things that have been done to you, or horrible things that you've done to other people or to yourself. No matter what's happened to you, I want you to see the truth. You have a beautiful future right in front of you, and you can't see it. You have an incredible future that is just waiting for you to take control and create it. You have the most amazing ally and hype squad and secret weapon who stares back at you in the mirror every single morning, and you ignore them. If you want to play a big game in life, and how many of you want to play a big game in life? That's right. If you want to play a big game in life or just be happier, you must wake up and start treating yourself way better than you have been. It starts with that moment every morning, face to face with yourself in the mirror. It starts with you. If you want more celebration, validation, love, acceptance, and optimism, you must practice giving those things to yourself for real. It starts with you. I mean, if you don't cheer for yourself in your dreams, who else will? If you can't look yourself in the mirror and see somebody who's worth loving, why would anybody else? And speaking of everyone else, when you learn how to love yourself and support yourself, it helps every relationship in your life. When you can celebrate yourself, it helps you cheer louder for others, your friends, your colleagues, your family, your neighbors, and your partner. That's because your relationship with yourself is the foundation of every relationship you have in life. Now, I got a word of warning. We're now on page 11 for those of you who are reading along with your book. At first, the high five will seem simple on its face, even stupid or weird. So humor me for a second, because there's a lot of research here. The way it works on your subconscious mind and at a neural pathway level is deep. How it changes you lasts way longer than the handprints you'll leave all over your bathroom mirror. In the beginning, the high five is just something you do. But over time, the validation, confidence, celebration, optimism, and action that it symbolizes becomes a part of who you are. Here's the thing that's been a revelation to me. You can work hard and be soft with your soul. You can take chances, screw up, and learn the lesson without burying yourself in shame. Wouldn't that be nice? You can have huge ambitions and still treat yourself and other people with gentle kindness. You can face really hard and terrible situations in life, and you can still double down on optimism, resilience, and faith to get you through. And here's the best part. When you stop making yourself wrong for how you're feeling and for any little thing you do, you'll immediately feel better. It's only when you learn how to cheer, encourage, and support yourself through the ups and downs of your life that you will naturally stop struggling, and life will finally start flowing in the direction that is meant for you. You have no idea how much easier things could be if you stop being so hard on yourself. How much more beautiful life could be. How much more rewarding the highs would become if you weren't constantly taking yourself so damn low. You deserve to be celebrated. Not a year from now, not when you get that promotion or lose that weight or achieve that goal. You deserve to be cheered for as you are, where you are, right now, starting today. You not only deserve it, you need it. It satisfies your most fundamental emotional needs to be seen, to be heard, and acknowledged. And more than that, based on research, you thrive when you receive this kind of support. Feeling encouraged, believed in, and celebrated are the most inspiring forces on the planet. That's why I believe your daily life should be infused with habits of celebration and optimism by intentionally and deliberately cheering for yourself for just waking up, starting your day, and developing the habits to keep you supporting yourself no matter what. You can burst through every single thing that's holding you back. You can change your life, and you can achieve your own personal fulfillment. After a few weeks of high-fiving myself in the mirror, I knew that this simple habit was changing me in profound ways. I no longer focused on the things I hated about myself. I began to realize that the least interesting thing about me is how I look. The best part, the most lovable part, I was starting to finally see. What's on the inside. What happened to me will happen to you too. When you make high-fiving yourself a daily habit, you will discover the secret to self-love and self-acceptance. This is another weird part about high-fiving yourself. You stop seeing the physical you, and you see the you within. the person, and all that your life represents. You're not just seeing the physical self in the mirror. You're greeting your presence like a neighbor waving to you from their front porch. You raise your hand and silently say to yourself, hey, I see you. You got this, and I got you. Every single morning, you send yourself into the game of life, knowing that you have your own back. All of this will have a major impact on your mood, your feelings, your motivation, your resilience, and your attitude. Before the high five habit, I used to start my day feeling like I was pushing a boulder up a hill. Now, after practicing it for just a week, I was leaving my bathroom every morning feeling that the wind was at my back. Every day as I raised my hand to my tired reflection, that connection with myself grew stronger. In fact, it felt so good that one day I snapped a picture of myself doing it, and I posted the photo on social media. You know, because that's what we influencers do. We share the love. I did not write a caption or an explanation, not even a hashtag. I just posted the image to my Instagram story of me high-fiving myself in my bathroom mirror and went on with my day. Well, it turns out I'm not the only one on the planet who needed a high five. That, my friends, is the end of chapter 1. Chapter 2 is where we'll pick up tomorrow, and it's called Science Says This Works. And here's that selfie. My retainer's in, the bed head is on. There it is. Me in all my glory. Wow. If I had known that was going to be the selfie, everybody, I might have shot it a different morning. You know what I'm saying? Although that's the power of it. It's real. This is actually what happened. We start with chapter 2 tomorrow, and you're going to love it because this is the science. Science says this works. And the reason why I put the science in chapter 2 of the high five habit is I knew that half the planet, when they heard this, would be like, well, that's dumb. Oh, this is a gimmick that Mel Robbins came up with. Bullshit. The high five habit is divine. The high five habit is a revelation. The high five habit is the secret to learning how to believe in yourself again. It's the secret to practicing self-love. It's the secret to putting yourself first, and it's the secret to making it a habit to always, always believe in and support the person that you see staring back at you in the mirror. All right. I have no idea what time I'm going to do this tomorrow. I do know I have to catch a flight to LA, and the car is showing up at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. So maybe we'll do it a little bit earlier. I'm also going to upload this video onto Facebook so that you can share it with anybody. I hope that you will sign up for the High Five Challenge. Don't miss it. Thank you for grabbing a copy of the book. I'm here reading it every day. We've just completed chapter 1. It took me 4 days of reading online to get there because I'm stopping to answer your questions and to coach you and to dive deeper into the book. And I'm going to keep on reading online every day until we complete the book, because I'm committed to making sure that anybody who can't afford the book or can't get their hands on a copy of this hardcover book can actually benefit from all the research, all the science, all the inspiration, and all the skills and habits that we're teaching you in this book. I'm committed that you feel inspired and that you learn the simple secrets based in science to take control of your life again. Thank you for sharing this broadcast and this reading and this coaching session with everybody that you think should see it. And I love you. I believe in you. I'm high-fiving you, and now it's your turn to learn to believe in yourself too. Have a great night.